Hi all, I just wanted to give a quick update on some of the facelifts that I've been doing with the Oasis and Oasis Maven projects. So a couple of the things I did is I updated the Fitness standalone server to the latest version, or to the latest release, and you'll notice it's a lot more sleeker and sexier. For Oasis, I also added a nice little graphic and just some fun stuff here. But I also added Project Zebium with all of its lists of examples on how to use Zebium directly in here, and you can go ahead and see the class path is being used and all the variables defined. So I threw that up in there for you guys just to kind of learn a little bit more about Zebium. And if you click the link here for Oasis, what you're going to see here is our page structure template. One of the new features I've been working on is a PDF file converter. And what this will do is it'll actually take a PDF and turn it into plain text. Here's just like an example of the code from the public static void main that I ran to compare results. And so what I did is I threw an Agile Testing Overview PDF that complements Elisa Crispin under fitness root in this location. And I'm also going to write it to a text file, the output. So as you can see, what my test does is it's checking the different values, so you can get number of pages, title, author, subject, etc., etc. You can get timestamps. You can see if it's encrypted. You could even check. You could even specify the pages it starts and ends on. So I'm going to just run that for you quickly. And there you go. We're actually using, for this portion of it, we're using what's called the PDF box. And so thanks to PDF box, we were able to convert files into an array of different types. And we can also express this output in different formats. So in this case, it's a text file. And you can see here, her PDF was nice enough to provide page numbers. So this ends on page 15 as described. So the next thing that I kind of went ahead and did is, besides this nice little graphic and a couple other nice little things here, is I threw up a Selenium grid demo, which there is a little bit of prerequisites that need to take place before you can go ahead and run it. So just kind of using the existing example of where we have an iframe test that goes through and clicks on the various items. What I went ahead and did here is I have a Firefox, a Chrome, and an IE implementation. So before you get started, you have to do some additional setup. So out of the box, Firefox is included. Inside is Project Zebium by default. But you're going to probably want to test out different browsers too. So here's Chrome, here's IE. And I went ahead and created some batch files locally here on my desktop. So you'll see Hub, Chrome, Firefox, and iExplore. These directly point to the Selenium Service standalone jar file, 2.41.0. And we'll go ahead and take a look and see what's inside of each. So in our hub.batch script, all I'm doing then is calling java-jar. I'm specifying the role as hub on port 4444. If you wanted to do this remotely, you would change up for Firefox localhost to whatever the IP address is that the hub resides on. So here for Firefox, I'm doing java-jar, Selenium Server Standalone 41. Role is WebDriver this time. And I'm specifying the hub location here and providing a list of parameters for the browser. So the browser name is set to Firefox. And you can go ahead and read the rest for yourself. This will be started on port 5555. For the Internet Explorer batch file, the same goes, except instead of Firefox and the port number switched up a little bit, it'll just say iExplore. So here's your browser name, iExplore, and your port is 5557. And same goes for Chrome, except it's port 5556. And the word Chrome is now for our browser name. Whoop-de-doo. So what I'll go ahead and do then is kick off each one of these bash scripts here. So here's the hub starting up. Here's Internet Explorer. And here's Chrome. And finally Firefox. So what you want to do for anything else besides Firefox is you want to go ahead and download the individual drivers, which you can go ahead and Google here. So if I wanted to look up the Chrome driver, I can just look it up here. And you go to downloads. Change that up to all downloads and grab the latest version that currently exists out there for IE and for Chrome. And so the setup that I did is I have under here C drive, applications, Selenium, and I've extracted up both of these exe files into this location here. C drive, applications, Selenium. And what I did is, just like Java Home or your Maven Home directory, you want to go ahead and specify that on your path. So on your path here, I went ahead and specified the location of both executable files. That's all I did. And so now that we're started up here, I should go ahead and refresh this page and see that we have 3 different browsers just waiting for marching orders. So what you need to do is you need to go ahead and specify your JSON value object, and so you do that by looking at the different parameters you're specifying and comparing that to what's available on the grid. So if we click configuration for IE, for example, you'll see browser name is equal to iExplorer, platform is Windows, and we'll go ahead and see browser name is iExplorer, platform is Windows, the port is 5557, port matches 5557, and the remote hub is located on 4444, which this is localhost 4444. So that's all set up, and I did the same for Chrome and I did the same for Firefox here. So nothing really too hard about it. You know, it's just kind of what it is. I will recommend to you that you keep updating the versions of Selenium as well as the different versions of the executables as new versions of browsers come out rapidly. So let's go ahead and give this a test run and see what happens. Okay, Firefox should be kicking off first. And here you go, here's Firefox. Internet Explorer is actually a lot slower than Firefox even, so be glad this is going at the pace it is. Okay, so everything looks alright so far with Firefox. Now here's Chrome. There's our little example. Chrome is executing as fast as it can. Due to the fact that we're going through the hub, it's adding a couple extra steps to go ahead and execute these values. If you did it locally, it would go a lot quicker if you're just doing the direct executions. So here's IE. There you go. And by the way, I'm using IE version 8. You can pick any version you want. The latest, I think, 2.10 supports IE 1 or IE 8 through 10 or 11. Not quite sure. I'd have to check that out again. There you go. So you can see Internet Explorer ran successfully. We had Chrome run successfully, and we had Firefox run successfully. That's really all there is to it. Yeah, nothing really else to say other than there you go. Have fun, and I hope you enjoy some of the new features of Oasis, and you come back for more.